Hey everybody, Nick Blazer back here. We're getting ready to watch Marc Olsen and Michi play in the third round of the Ultimate Backgammon Challenge Championship. There we go. Yeah, so that's coming up real shortly. Marc's doing really well so far. I know he's won both of his matches and already has the results back, won the PR on one of them. We can see the players are getting set up with their heart rate monitors, which is a fun little addition here. If you didn't notice that in the graphics, I think last match we didn't have that, but they should have little indicators of their heart rates going through here as things happen in the match as well. But yeah, I see in the chat too that Mochi just got into the airport, so he should be here in time to commentate probably the fourth round and on with me. We'll be doing another match 2 hours after this one, then we'll take a short dinner break and do 2 more after that. So like an extra hour in there, but here we go. We're getting started. Should be a really strong match between these two. I was saying my favorite part about a Michi match too is you got to listen to him to say a lot. He always, whenever he gets a decision over the board, I feel like that's what happens. So what are they talking about here?
No.
I can't hear him do any of this. I think you guys can hear some of the sound over the board. Lucky you.
But in each match we can.
If both, it's default no dice and check. But if both players agree, we can do it.
So, but you don't do it.
We don't do it.
All right. Marc's going to open with, all these opening moves are pretty automatic for these players unless there's some score things. When your opponent opens with a priming roll like a 6-1, you want to split in front of that. Double fives are going to punish it though. They're going to put 2 in the air with an extra 9th checker in the zone here too. So it could be cubes coming very early here. Entering with 1 with 9 checkers in the zone, this should be a pretty easy double. And I think still a take, yeah, fairly, I mean, this is close to a reference position for most people here. Yeah, and it's not even that big of a take, but the reason I expected it was probably a take is because I know that with just 8 in the zone, it's barely not a double when you, or just a tiny double when you enter high there. So yeah, good cube action from both of them. Marc's going to try to execute on that game plan by bringing more checkers into the zone and trying to close out before Michi can anchor. He's not going to worry about his 2 checkers back on the 24 almost at all until he's got that closeout happen. So either he's going to pull that off or Michi's going to get lucky to make an anchor and save a whole bunch of gammons here. That double 2s was a very strong roll right after the cube decision there. All right, Michi enters high. He'd probably prefer to enter on the deuce here because he's got more likelihood of not being attacked. But yeah, first chance he gets, Marc's going to go after that checker and can go ahead and split on the other side because he has no better ace on the other side there. And this should really give Michi some good chances of anchoring now since Marc wants to cover that 4 first out unless he rolls the double 2s. This looks like a switch for sure. Yep. So you don't want to let him have that anchor, and we're back to just focusing on the closeout, and I think Marc's strong favorite to do that and win a gammon really fast right off the bat here. And it's a deceptive PR situation for Michi here too, since, I mean, of course, you know, you think that in these PR battles that the player on the bar fanning all day, well, at least they're going to have a really low PR. Well, not necessarily, because he's also not getting any decisions. And so the way that's factored in is that, you know, you only get credit for making correct decisions. And so that's, you know, rolling a number and fanning there isn't going to actually help him on his PR credit at all. So yeah, it's going to stay at 0 because he didn't make any mistakes, but he's only got something like 1 decision, 1 cube action decision kind of. Great, I got Michelle back here too. After grabbing some lunch. Marc's off to a really strong start. It was a pretty, after a 6-1 open, he then continued on with the 5 splits. And, you know, Michi took correctly. And Marc's just had a time like rolling forward to a closeout. So.
Okay.
The 3-2. Wow, okay. So Marc somehow rolls a number that can't hit loose on the 4, which is what he's dying to do. I don't think he's going to do anything. Yeah, so I mean, he's going to, bring another checker in range of hitting next time, hoping that he doesn't anchor on the 4. And then, sure, the 3 from the back seems fine. Interesting that it prefers coming in instead of, I guess, maybe Michi has more safe rolls to play this way, but okay, there we go. So yeah, Mark just wants to hit loose and try to complete the closeout before Michi can anchor. Very strong favorite to do that now. Even if Michi does roll a 4, you know, he's very well poised with 5s and 6s returning from the bar to hit again, so yeah. Oh, interesting. What are Simon in the chat says that the cube looks like a sizable pass on rollout. What settings are you doing that on? I would have expected that it would still be a take, you know, not a huge one like we were saying, but looked fine. And that is actually an interesting thing too with the PR battle in this event. All decisions are being evaluated on ++. So even if the rollout does determine that it's like technically should be a pass, Michi wouldn't lose decision credit for that.
Yeah.
He's played 1-3 here. So with so many checkers outside, Mark doesn't have to play aggressive for a gammon at all. Not a lot of backgammons to think about. So really he's just got to find safe plays here. Yeah, and so clearing the 6 is a little better. That makes a lot of sense, I think. But he goes with that. I mean, there aren't going to be too big errors. And so he's got a chance to leave some shots here now, being odd on the outside, but that kind of fixes that. In these bear-off situations, when you're trying to avoid leaving a shot, having even numbers of checkers on the outside makes it much harder to accidentally leave a blot outside. Now, of course, Michi comes in with 2, and he's just going to lose a gammon here, about 100% of the time. But, of course, it's possible to roll a bunch of double 6s, or probably is. So they're going to roll it out, just to make sure that they're...
So I see that Michi is now on 0 PR, but his take was a sizable pass, somebody says.
Yeah,
but that may not count because it's only analyzed on ++ level. Is
right,
that
yeah.
what you were saying?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a great start for Mark. Lots of decisions.
Yeah. Lucky in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah,
it's a game that, of course, players with this much experience know inside out. You know, they've played this 5s closeout a billion times by now. So.
Yeah. This is a bit of how would you say that? The disadvantage maybe of shorter matches like 7-pointers. You know, you get like a 4-0 lead and already. It's a huge equity swing.
Yeah,
Not much time to recover from.
Do you remember your match equity tables well enough to know exactly what it is? I think it's roughly 25, isn't it?
I know it exactly. 7 away, 3 away is 91 minus 14 is 77, 23%.
Yeah, okay.
So I start from 7 away, 1 away, which is 9%, and then you add 7, add 7. So
it sounds like a huge favorite, but like in a lot of probability games, you know, like, I mean, winning the game almost a quarter of the time from here is still a lot, right? So match is far from over, and there's going to be a ton of decisions before that happens, too, most likely.
Michi hasn't even spent a second yet.
Yep. That's the challenging, or how difficult his decisions have been so far.
Yeah.
That seems about right. So we're just exchanging hits in the outfield so far. Okay, the first can't, you don't want to enter up high where you can be hit, so this seems to make a lot of sense. Redistribute some spares, play a little safe. White's got the pip lead and less checkers back too, so some safety makes sense. Tricky.
Yeah, where's the ace?
Yeah.
In the back, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, must have to be it. That's what the only plan B would be, making the bar point, but I can't imagine leaving all those blots around and not having an anchor and everything. So yeah, you just...
This cannot be right.
He's going to look at it because, like you said, after you play the 6, there's not an AC like. You don't love leaving the shots out there.
I mean, the 6 looks like glaringly apparent.
Yeah.
This is the right play.
I think another thing about this play too is like you're trailing in the race, so you're kind of, it's not the first thought you have is to like make something that feels kind of like a racing play and make some offense. But yeah, this is a strong anchoring game, and we're in a mutually holding game. Strong.
Now, belatedly, Mark can make the bar.
Yep. He gets to do that. That's nice.
And belatedly, Michi can make the 4-point.
Yep, so
Okay.
Michi's still got, there's a little bit of uniqueness to the situation for him in that he can still spend some time pressuring that back checker. You know, Mark's got to get it to safety. And this could be a big swing in the pip count here. But yeah, so being behind in the race, you would think that he would want to maintain the contact back there, but he is still outboarded. And additionally, he really doesn't want to play any of the other checkers that he would have to for timing purposes. So I think just run into the outfield here makes a lot of sense to me.
That's a hit.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for Michi to break contact and just escape with his leading race.
Okay, that
Ooh.
still plays
No
okay.
good sixes.
Yeah.
So Michi's gotten a clear advantage, and he's got that score situation way down that he should be sending aggressively, but I don't see the cube here. It's just too much work to still safety that checker and not putting a ton of pressure on the back one. And he has an anchor, right? Mark does. So he should be in this game for a while. Not the best roll here. What would I do?
I think I would have made the 3-point, which would be wrong.
Yeah. It makes sense when you have that blot back there to pressure, but a lot of the, you're challenging a stripped midpoint when you come out. You're accomplishing your goal of escaping and just racing, So and you clean up a blot in the process too. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so I
Looks
see a
like
lot of
he'll
merit to
find
this. Yeah. Different game plans, and you can see there's enough merit to that, making the 3 that it's not a large error or anything. This is big. Yeah, this is just the wrong plan. It's not. You do that when you're seeking contact and trying to win more. So, and he figures that out very quickly. He sees that I don't want to leave a bunch of shots and a bunch of ways back into this game. 6s, interesting. Usually, this is going to be a strong racing roll, and it still functions that way, I think, for him. But that racing advantage is worth a lot less when you've made the ace and the deuce and the contact so bad, wastage in the race, all these things.
Yep. Bring your checkers home.
Oh, the people are demanding interviews. I'll see if I can figure something out with that. Certainly possible that we can do something like that.
We do interviews all the time, but
Oh,
they are
yeah.
not recorded.
Yeah.
We
how can
talk
get
with the
those on video?
players, try to get their input.
Yeah. You guys can just come here to Gibraltar and talk to them.
Yeah, just come to Gibraltar, bring a webcam, follow us.
There you go.
Yeah, sometimes I'm talking to players and then thinking it would be great if this were filmed. It would make great footage.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we don't have this setup.
We did find out that the camera that they use to kind of zoom in on the board and show us the Gammon logo, that's like an eye in the sky thing, so they can show us the whole room. So after this match finishes, we can show you kind of some of the other action going on too. So we'll do more of that and then talk about the interviews too, see what we can do. And so again, simple game. Michi just wants to, he doesn't have a huge racing lead, so I guess it's actually a little complicated. He kind of, the contact's okay. He's not going to want to volunteer shots to clear points or anything like that. And Mark's going to have some timing issues with maintaining his bar point. It's possible for Blue to lose this game, well, not anymore, but just by being pulled off the 6-point anchor, yeah. So not a massive lead for White, but this play is going to be clear. Still not going to have a big enough pip lead really to send. So even at trailing scores, that's going to be an interesting thing here. You kind of naturally think you want to send the cube more aggressively, but in a low volatility situation with no gammons like this, where it's just going to be a race, that 2 points is just as useful to Mark as it is to Michi, so you don't get extra value out of sending the cube early. So plays a lot more like money play. That's what ended up happening.
I think that in non-gammonish positions, the 3-way player can actually take a little deeper.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
1 or 2 pips deeper than normal, because should he win, he goes to Crawford.
Yeah, yeah. It's very valuable to be at that 1-away score.
You clear both points here? I don't think so. Yeah, no.
The 4-2,
Yeah, I was thinking about pre-clearing the 8, but that's not correct. You don't want to be
save the 6.
stripped
Yeah,
on the 10 and the 8.
yeah.
So pretty uneventful game, this one, but
Yeah.
good for both players' PRs.
Yeah. If Michi can ever, I mean, this is close to enough pips in the to think about cubing, but there's just enough. Yeah. So he does miss a tiny cube.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And now after this, he's, unless Mark rolls really big here, he's going to have an 8 pip lead now in a, an 82 pip race. I think he's going to find this one. He must know he's getting really close to his window. Still an easy take for Mark here. Yeah, thanks for Michael Krakus on the, well, that's how I pronounce his name. I don't know if that's how you do it, but he's on the transcription for us. He's got a great transcription PR so far, I think.
Yeah.
Proud of him.
It's kind of tough because normally as a transcriber you sit like next to the board and you can maybe sometimes lean in a bit to get it, but he is a bit on a kind of platform and has a bird's eye view over the board, but still, what is it, 5 feet away from the board, so we should be lenient if the transcriber is, but
there we go.
haven't had any hiccups from the transcriber.
That's
maybe
Michael
one or
there
two.
with the hair.
Ah, there he
Getting a
is,
good
yes.
shot
You
of
see him
him.
sitting a bit higher up
Yeah.
from his...
There we go, and
Nice
as expected, we get the cube in. I'm not sure why Mark isn't just automatically making his decision. He had all of Michi's time to think about it. A little bit of clock management there, but yeah, he
Ooh, a
recognizes.
shot.
And immediately leaves the shot, of course, yeah.
Wow.
It must come from the back. You reduce shots by playing 10-9 there.
Wow.
So,
A 2 would make this match really uneventful.
yeah, could be over quick. Just go to Crawford right away.
It's not there.
Oh. Mark can't believe his luck right now, I'm sure. So yeah, it's tough to think about, do I need to break the contact here now? Oh, this is fascinating. I don't think I would have found this play. The 18 to 15, 18 to 12 makes a lot of sense because you've got enough race and you don't want to start deteriorating that by playing your spare checker from the 12 all the way deep to the 3. But yeah, with those 2 blots in there, inside Michi's board, he can just never hit you. So you can play even a little more pure than that. That's an interesting option. We're going to play a simple race. This is the PR dream for these players right now.
Yeah, every correct checker play you make and your PR goes down.
Yep. That's what I think. If you could play 13 games and always have like a clear cube action with get an even race all the way down to the end and maybe never have a cube in there, I think that's optimal for PR decisions.
Well, I guess for us and for our viewers, we would root for 2 points for Michi here. So we have a 5-away, 3-away score, which is definitely more exciting than 1-away, 7-away Crawford.
Well, that's a good one. Maybe we can get Mark to come down here into the room, or Michi afterward too. It's kind of tight in here, but might be able to fit some more people. Yeah? Oh, yeah. I'm getting thumbs up around the room. It suggests to me that I think we can do that. Cool. Yeah, I like that, the post-game interview. We've been missing that.
Sure.
Yeah. They're going to want to be up there looking at the transcription, I'm sure. Maybe we can get them to speed that up and come down here.
I'm sure Mark will be delighted to come over and to enrich his content.
Yeah. Simple game, Michi's hanging on. So we're set to get to the 5-away, 3-away score, which is a more interesting score. It's oddly enough, I guess, because the trailer can kind of taste the victory from there. If they can win a gammon cube to get to Crawford, the cube action gets a lot more aggressive at 5-away, 3-away than it is at 7-away, 3-away perhaps. And it's harder to take at that score for the leader too. But again, mostly in gammonish positions. It's going to depend on the kind of game they get. But early cubes get sent a lot earlier and passed a lot earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sure. But this game is not over. I mean,
No, true, true.
I hate to sell the hide of the bear before the bear is shot. I don't know if that's an expression in the United States or in English.
I've never heard it.
You've never heard it? It's a Flemish expression. Don't sell the hide of the bear before it's shot.
Ah,
you know.
I see.
Don't cry victory before you won, or things like that.
Yeah.
And we've all seen these freakish
Oh,
late
yeah.
game jokers.
Yeah. I've actually never seen that before.
So, what's that? You've
I've
never
never
seen that?
No, I've never seen Blue win from here. Yeah.
No.
That would be
No,
unbelievable.
see,
to me.
see, there it is.
Yeah, it's very
Double
possible.
Double
yeah.
4, double 5, double 6.
How about just a couple of ace misses? That's what we need. There we go.
Yes.
So White's got some misses now.
Yeah,
too.
15? No, not 15.
It'd be a lot of fun.
2, 1, 3, 1.
No, Blue's got misses of their own.
Ah,
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You just
yeah,
got to
yeah,
play for the most
Yeah.
sets to get you off here.
Mhm.
So that was illegal. There we go. Same difference. Yeah. Okay.
so 5 bad rolls, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he didn't
no,
find one of
no.
them. Okay. Okay.
Mhm. Okay, so 3 away, 5 away. The trailer can cube more aggressive because his gammon value is higher than normal. It's probably 0.65, I would think. Whereas the leader's gammon value is 0.3 or something. So gammonish positions
lower.
is what Michi is aiming for. He will play 2 down. Uh-huh.
Yeah, where it's standard to split usually at even scores. Yeah, he wants to play for gammons. And now Mark
you-
has to respond with the down too. After.
No, I don't think so. You think so?
Yeah, I think you actually end up losing more gammons when you split into a down play like this. So I think you
Oh.
just, a lot of times after someone plays down, you just follow their lead. You know?
Depends.
Yeah, yeah.
If
for
he
sure.
plays
oh, look
down-
at this. This is actually running is the best.
Yeah,
It
I
makes a lot of
thought so.
sense. Okay, yeah. I was thinking versus splitting.
No,
yeah.
Mochi wrote something about this. I mean, the 2 down plays, you have 4-3, which is best, then 3-2, and then you have the 5-4 and the 5-2. So if you can improve,
Yeah.
so if Blue had rolled 3-2 or 4-3, he should have played 2 down.
Okay. So you actually went for the splitting play though, thinking about the score situation.
Mm-hmm.
I did get word we're going to do an interview with the winner after the match too. So yeah, thanks for the suggestions in the chat. I appreciate that. Thanks for all the compliments too. You know, we're doing our best here.
Compliments?
Yeah. Everyone's saying that the setup's super cool.
Good. Smiles from Mark. They probably
like
said
that.
something about double tiger. Because
Yeah,
Michi played the
yeah.
double tiger play there.
Yeah.
They probably joked a bit about that.
Ooh, what does
What
he
to
do?
do, yes.
I guess he can make the
Ooh.
9. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
hit
it
on the
just,
5. Make the 9, sure.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Let's play.
yeah.
Create a
It
permanent
just looks so weird
assets.
after you go for the double tiger and the hit on the ace and leave the blot there. So this is an awkward position for Michi now.
You make the bar.
Yeah.
I think the bar point increases in value the more checkers White has back.
He must be considering anchoring though, because I mean he's against 10 in the zone. He's at a score where he wants to defend against gammons. I get it, but yeah, it's just winning the game is a very constructive way to not lose a gammon too. And so you just make the bar point to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well played.
I don't even know what Michi is hoping to do here. This is tough, but he's probably got to get some freedom with one of those back checkers.
Yes. I don't see anything else.
Yeah. The split version, I guess? Like, are you playing 24 to 16? So it's tough to pick between
No idea.
those. Yeah, I guess you don't want to be primed, so you do want to be split here ideally. It seems fine. It seems like a big play. Maybe the score enables it too. But it's a tough one to pick between.
Yeah.
It's nice to keep your ace point just in case you get hit here or attacked and things
No,
go
I
really
wouldn't.
sour, but yeah.
No.
You have to start to think about it when your opponent has 10 in the zone is kind of
Yeah.
a hint to do things like that, and I think that's why they come out so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly close to
Yeah.
me.
10 checkers in the zone is a lot of ammunition. They can really rain down on you with double 5s and things like that. Once it gets there, 6s plays a little bit different if we make the correct play, right?
Slightly,
So,
slightly, yes.
yeah. Now we just race. And this is about the best outcome that Mark can have. He wants to get in a really non-volatile position like this and just have something where he can still cash in these 3-away games. And I think
Yes.
he's going to be coming up on a cube soon. I don't think this roll, because he still has to produce some structure in front of that ace point. Michi still has time to play this, but if he can just make a prime in front of him, this is actually the kind of game where he can send a cube, which is so unlikely. And actually, it looks like XG is telling us that he's going to have a pass already.
Yes, I'm
Wow,
surprised, to be
I am as
honest.
well.
I think I would be tempted to take.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not a grandmaster.
yeah.
What is this?
Oh, yeah. They're pointing out, too, that Michi's heart rate is a lot higher than Mark's. I don't know if it's high or if Mark's just a really healthy guy. I know he's a professional sports player for a while, soccer guy, but yeah, this is impressive. This is, so you can see the doubling window on this too is very small, where it's not even a blunder not sending, it's not a huge blunder to take either. Yeah, so for money, this is already a pass though. I think I'm with you where I would think to find a take, but that made ace point that Michi's got there too is just like, so in these positions, you can take pretty deep for the contact if your front side's very perfect as well, and here it's just not, you know. But, so yeah, making the 4 prime and the golden point, as they call it, is going to be pretty strong.
Much
And I
better than
think he
hitting.
knows, I think he's going to be happy to have like potentially lost his market here too, if he gets there. That's just a common theme at this, again, 3-away scores. You don't want to, you stand to make a very big error sending an incorrect cube. And you rarely get punished too much not sending it. So it's almost fine strategy just to keep rolling, you know. Here as well.
Well, I'm not so sure, because here the gammons cannot be much higher than what,
Yeah.
18%.
Yeah.
And there are blot levers. I mean,
Yeah.
6-5 leaves
But
a
so we can
blot.
see he's almost too good already. So it's, I mean,
He doubles it.
yeah.
Good.
I was
I
pretty
like
sure
it.
he would find this cube, and Michi's going to find a pass now. But even if he doesn't for some reason, you know, like it's not going to be a very large error. So it's really, I mean, you have to refine your knowledge of the cube pretty thoroughly to start getting correct cubes in at 3-away scores.
Yes, for sure.
5-away, 2-away. So it's,
That's easy.
yeah.
Mark's take point is low in non-gammonish positions. It's 17%. But the gammon value for Michi, should he turn the cube, is 0.7.
Yeah.
So a high gammon value for Michi, but a low take point for Mark. These are the characteristics of the 5-away, 2-away score.
And it started off pretty good with the 5 splits, but Mark
Yes.
was able to hit from the bar, and now Michi only has those 7 checkers, so he's in a tough spot. This is not where you want your 5 splitzes to end up.
Do you play 13-11, or do you stiffly play 8-6? Or,
Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah, I
or
guess if
this.
you're going to play bold, this looks good, but yeah, it looks like XG likes the 8-6, and it makes sense. It's just your opponent has board and
Sure.
contact, like everything about, you're just trying to play for the
Yep,
race.
Yep, that's
you know?
right.
Yeah. You hate to do it, but what else are you
Ahead in the race, weaker board, playing safe instead of bold
Yep.
seems logical,
Mm-hmm.
although it is inflexible.
Mm-hmm.
Double 5s would be horrible. Double 5s
wow.
would put 3 checkers on the ace. Okay.
That's a fun skill to have, finding the
Yeah.
nightmares. Duplicates the ace, okay. Seems fine.
I like it.
Michi does-
Connectivity is the
yeah.
theme.
Yeah.
You want to keep your back checkers connected.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's the shot.
Guess it must just be 2 down, right?
Yes, I agree.
So there's going to be there's a lot of returns from the bar here, though. You know, entering 6 as well as 5-2 and 4-3 you're going to hit. Michi anchors. So now this is the kind of game where if Mark can develop a bunch of structure in front of the 3-point with his racing lead, he'll be able to send a cube. But it's going to be a while till that happens.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In your commentator, you got Nick Blazier here and Michelle Lamotte. None of that.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Le Mans. Well,
Le Mans.
in the States they say Le Mans,
Yeah.
but it's La Motte.
La Mota. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You keep losing the But yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. We're on camera now. Hi, everybody.
Ah, yes.
So the 5-3, what is the 3-2 entered and anchored? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, because he had the check on the bar. Okay, so he cleared up the 11 by playing 11 to 8, and he's trying to find his best 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
And
This is
looks
not the right one, leaving 2 blots instead of just 1.
yeah.
You should play as safe as possible.
Yeah, that's got a
He
reason
may
to it.
find it.
Get rid of the
Yeah,
6
that's
stack.
the one, Mark.
Yeah, it's just too many shots the other way. But I see it. I mean, that's a theme of these games is hitting the checker off the ace, trying to remove that contact, solve the problem for good. But I think it just doesn't work here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
not too bad of a play. And you don't get rewarded for any of the gammons that you might, like, you know, freak gammons you might win otherwise at other scores.
This leaves way too many shots in my view.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
this leaves like twice as many shots almost.
yeah, yeah. It's hard to count those
And
out
double
directly,
shots.
too.
Okay. He will hit, and will he play the 3 down? Yes, I
don't
kind
see a
of like
problem with
it.
it.
I think I like it.
Yeah. And this is getting back into potential cube territory.
Yes, now especially with the 2 blots.
What is he going to do with the 3? Yeah, I think Michi's going to have a pretty solid cube after this.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, I mean, it looks like from the evaluation here that Mark's going to have to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just already, he has a little bit of advantage, and he stands to win a lot of gammons when it goes right is the big factor in
Yes.
this kind of trailing score.
Sure,
And so he's just got to ship it.
sure.
But yeah, 7-4, why not just place the checker where you want it? You know, you hope to make that
I
point
mean,
later.
the rolls which point on the 4 point are definitely market losers.
Mm-hmm.
If blue dances and doesn't cover his 4 point blot.
And now Mark's got an anchor of sorts. He still has the racing lead, which he might have to count to figure out.
This is a hard one.
So
think
I
it-
wonder if he's going to find this take or not. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny that I say it's a hard one, whereas the computer says it's like a no-brainer to
Yeah.
take.
But it's very scary when you like
Yes.
risk giving up a gammon and go into that Crawford game trailing suddenly.
Wow, he might drop.
Yeah, he's going to think, I doubt it. I think he understands these kind of positions well enough. But it is, the other big distraction here is you don't often have the 17-point anchor, if you want to call it that.
Yes.
So it really, he might not think of it as an anchor automatically, might not see the extra safety he has in that. But he is, I
He's
think,
struggling.
I'm sure he knows that he's in a blitzing position where Michi has 3 checkers back and only has 9 in the zone. So the real threat of this position is that he's blitzing.
Look.
But did he just pass this?
He did.
Oh no, okay. Yeah. And I think he'll recognize why that should have been more clear afterward. But
He was
there's
not on the
2
bar.
big factors that make that a really weak blitz, and so you just have to take it. Yeah, it's just not enough threat really there.
Yeah. Now suddenly that was a tricky one.
Yeah.
It was a tricky one. 2 blots, nice diversification of numbers for Michi.
Yeah.
But
This is the commentator's cube curse, is what I'm going to call this.
yes.
We've been really crushing him on cube action.
I think against a weaker player, you can be justified in dropping this. But
Maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe he's decided Michi, you know, number 2 in the world. I think
Yeah,
I can
well,
outplay
he-
this guy.
yeah,
Just got to let this go.
yeah, but he is not outplaying Michi, not by a mile. Okay, so there's Michi, who has just made his 5 point. So
Yeah.
should be cubing next roll.
Yeah, 4-away, 2-way at the score.
Yeah, especially with
6-4 doesn't do
another
anything.
blot.
So this is, I mean, it could. What is it? He's going to run. Must be his best game plan here.
Yes.
But it's still not the take pass decision from there is. Wow, I'm not clear.
I think it's an easy take. It's an easy take.
Yeah.
It's an easy
I think
take.
it's a cube though. Still.
I think white wins maybe something like in the low 60s winning percentage and less than 20% gammon. So, but
Yeah.
it is because of the volatility, the deuces which hit and the
Yeah.
9s which hit. So I think the cube is justified,
Yeah. I don't think it's a big cube here, but I think.
but the
Think it is
take
gonna
looks
be a double.
pretty mandatory to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I agree.
See, not even
Yeah.
low 60s, high 50s winning chances and below 16.
Mhm.
So okay.
Yeah. Small
You
advantage.
cannot
He's
drop
on
this,
roll.
Mark.
Yeah, this one he knows.
That
better
would
than for
be, this one he knows.
sure. Yeah.
Let's hope he does. I mean, yeah, good, strong. And no hit, but an extra point in board.
Mm-hmm.
So very playable game now for blue.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, makes a point while safetying in checker too. That's very good.
Mhm.
And so a small racing lead here too. He's just he's going to have trouble doing it potentially, but he's just got to get that back checker moving, and then he'll be good to go. He doesn't want to put it on a high point where he risks giving up racing value and being attacked though, so he's likely going to just sit right back there on the ace. Yeah, this is too good of an offensive roll to even think about the back checker, so we're going to make the 5 and I assume unstack and make another point.
I agree.
I mean, the 4 point is better, but the 7 and 3 is probably better than the 4. So yeah,
For
go ahead and
sure.
do that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Okay, the
turn that
tables
game
have
around
turned.
quickly. Yeah.
Tables have turned in Mark's favor.
Ooh, 6s is not a good response. It is interesting too with the cube turned to 2 and only 2 points left to go that Mark just needs to win the game, doesn't care about gammons, but closing out is still often the best way to do that.
No. You,
So
this is a pretty obvious play. Stepping
yeah.
up
yeah, yeah.
and playing the 4 down.
Yeah, last step here is just to escape that checker with the, if your opponent comes in on the deuce, you're still going to win a ton.
You
So,
win more gammons if you hit, but you don't need it.
Yeah,
They are value. This cannot be correct. It wins more gammons for sure, but sacrifices too many winning chances.
Yeah.
Would be my assessment.
yeah, I think you're right.
Good play,
Yeah.
well composed, showing restraint. 4
Ooh,
5,
where's
no
the
hit, but the
5?
5 comes into the 6, I would say.
Yeah. Seems reasonable. It's still a strong builder right there. No reason to do anything too crazy.
Mark is praying for a pointer.
A loose hit's not too bad either.
No,
but
that's a
or
good
an
one.
escape. This is great.
Safety.
Yeah, yeah. He's just running from the back, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, full freedom.
Yep. So he leaves a couple 7s and 1, 2 9s.
6 shots.
Yeah. A 2.
Okay. Yeah,
And I guess that anchor is worth having. Yeah, yeah. We're going to do that. Anchor past the 3 point.
yes.
And so he's got some value in this holding game still. Losing the race for sure, so if Mark can bring that home safely, he should be in really good shape. Great roll to facilitate that right there. Puts the 5 prime in front of Michi too. But it's not going to last all that long,
No,
that
but
5
this
prime.
this is what 74% winning chances for blue would be. My guess.
Yeah, it could be a good guess, yeah.
76 maybe. I mean,
Yeah. Could be higher.
could be higher.
It's probably a pass for money already, right?
Yes.
So probably higher. Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Probably around 80 maybe.
yeah.
Okay. So Mark can only hope for a safe trip home
Yep.
from here.
And he's well positioned to do that. Got spares all where he needs them. Should have an easy time clearing points. Michi, yeah, okay. He's thinking about do I want to try to capture some racing chances and not waste pips on the deuce, or do I need to count on the contact and make it, you know?
I don't think there's
Close.
much contact value.
Yeah.
Blue would have to roll something like double 5s. Or
Oh.
consecutive 5s.
What is he counting the race? Mark must think that he
Yeah,
has an optional
sure.
cube action?
Ah, yeah. No, of course not. The cube is dead.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Cube
why.
is
it's- Yeah, yeah. So I don't think they would
He
let
wants
him
to
do
know
that.
what the race is, so to know whether he should clear from the back or not. But there's a 5 already.
Yeah, and I think the shift is right. Keep your spares well diversified up top.
Yeah.
If he could have cleared one of the outfield points, he would have, but that 5 is blocked in the 9. Only gets 1 checker in, clearing the 8. Wants to keep those landing spots to safely clear the 9 first. Clear from the rear. Yeah. Interesting, okay. I like the making the 7 makes a lot of sense to me there, but he picks this play.
Well, a good thing for Michi is he loses, but he will win on PR. He will win a point on PR
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to make a big
and
enough
lose a
decision to
point
lose
for
that here.
result. And an astonishing PR below 0.04.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yeah. So it looks to me that both of these players are in good shape to make it to day 2 tomorrow after 3 rounds. Mark already won some matches, so he assembled some points.
Ooh, what is this?
What is this? I'm not sure. I think I stay 1 roll.
Yeah, you
Don't ask me.
can't give up being attacked or pointed on there, so you've got to do it. But it's bad for the race, the distribution there.
Yeah.
Fine roll for Mark, but he's going to have the 6-3 shot lever next roll, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So provided he can keep dodging these unlikely, 2 out of 36 kind of rolls,
Mm-hmm.
you should roll this home easy.
Yep.
Michi's forced off already, not happy about that. The 4-1's okay though, doesn't punish it. There's just so many rolls like low aces, 1s, 2s, and 3s that might have been awkward before that either point on them or can pick and pass after that. So I guess they're well duplicated there actually. But yeah, I wonder what else he's thinking about. This must be the play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is in dire straits.
Yeah. Sometimes if the race is closer, you do need to hit just to kind of lock up. You don't want to leave him so much. I'm not sure what he's thinking about here. I guess more ways to close Michi out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting thought.
No, he's ahead in the race, so bring
Yeah.
the checkers in and start your bear off
Mhm.
is the strategy to follow.
3-2.
You stay back. Wow.
There's,
Oh, you don't. Wow, that's a shocker. For
yeah,
me.
so you're only playing for like 10% racing equity, but the thing is like so you're waiting for 6s, I guess, is the only immediate shot lever, and there's a lot of other ones that are going to take away the little bit of racing equity that you do have.
Okay.
So yeah, coming out here,
Wow, okay.
yeah, that happens a lot.
I would have missed that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be tough. And that's not helping his racing equity at all.
No.
Oh, that does though, if he plays it illegal. Did they catch it? Yeah, there we go. He caught it. There we go. Proud of you, Michael. Yes, there we go.
So I made it illegal.
Is it okay?
I would like to think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I already wrote. Okay, does this count?
Yeah, they'll figure this out.
4-1 count?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's good. I'm glad they caught it. It's
don't care what
it's funny how often that happens
You can
though.
do as you want.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has a 2-1 to play. I'm not sure if they remember.
Do you have some questions prepared for Mark? Or are you just going to chat your way through the interview?
Oh yeah, what do we want to? We're gonna ask him about why he made that blunder pass, right?
They can't hear me anymore?
Oh, your battery's running up.
That's okay.
We are assuming that he's going to win this, right? I mean, I've never seen anyone come back. Only 1 out of 10.
These things happen, they have to
Yeah.
happen. They are bound to happen in this tournament.
He's not getting any help yet.
Thank you.
It certainly could happen. Certainly could happen. But not a lot of difficult decisions. Mark's just taking checkers off. Michi's gonna as soon as he can. So
Yeah, but Mark will not be happy with his PR.
no.
I think that anything above 4 for most of these players is a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah. But it looks like he'll have enough technical decisions here to get him probably below 4 for the match.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely like within his range, a little bit higher than I think he expects to average. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, interesting. I don't know. You're gonna play against people that are gonna play that low every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot you can do if Michi plays a 0.3. You're not gonna win that PR battle very often.
At least now you get a decision. Easy decision.
Okay, we can only sit here and
I don't have any
wait
questions
for the end of the match.
I wonder, with so few difficult decisions, I wonder if Michi even ever said, That's my favorite part about watching a Michi match on YouTube is like whenever he thinks about something, he goes,
Yeah, he does.
He's got a very distinctive,
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's an impressive PR from Michi there. Once again, I'm Nick Blazier here. We've got Michelle Lamotte with me too. Lamotte.
Lamotte? Yes.
Lamotte.
Don't worry about it.
There's so many different accents to like take the flair on, you know.
But maybe
I'm
we
doing my
can
best.
give the people at home some hope that I'm only here temporarily. At 6 o'clock, so in the next round it will be Mochi, co-commentating.
Yep.
So I'm just here to fill in the empty spaces here and there.
You've been great. Thanks for filling in.
Yeah. It's still possible.
Yep.
I had a position against Ralph Jonas in the final 2 weeks ago. He needed 2 consecutive aces and I needed 2 high doubles, and it happened.
It is no longer
Yeah,
possible
there
though.
it is.
All right.
Okay,
Congrats to Marc
great.
for the.
Wow.
That'll put him at least 4 out of 6 possible points.
And Michi, let's have a look at
And
his
Michi
facial
got his.
expression if he hears that he played .33.
Yeah.
Shouldn't there be like a bounty prize on a low PR like this? Another
I expect he'll
1,000?
just say yes. Of course, I played a .33.
Wow.
I had no decisions in this easy match.
But we can see the luck rate hugely in favor of Marc. There's nothing you can do, even as a world-class player, if your luck rate is in the negative like this,
Yeah.
0.3, 0.33. It's fun. His luck rate is negative 0.33, and so is his PR. That's what we have to talk about after a match like this.
We're back here with the last match's winner, Marc Olsen, right? Author
Yeah.
of many famous books and such, and the guy that's putting on the whole show here, which is pretty exciting. Wasn't able to secure the PR point in this one because he got severely outplayed, right? But
I did.
by someone with very difficult decisions in that one. That's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah. How did you feel about how you went through that match on your side, though? About making decisions in it?
I was lucky in terms of winning the match point by getting good dice, winning 1 point by winning the match, and I was unlucky in the fact that I was leading the match and I got some tricky decisions along the way. And he really didn't get any. Even though he's an amazing player, and obviously when you give him a match like this, he's going to play a 0. So that's kind of what I expected. So that's one of the randomness about this format. That I'm not dissatisfied by any means. I felt I had a little bit tricky decisions, and I played at 3.7 or whatever it was. So
right. A player like you is going to get it under 4 almost every time by the end of it. You know, that's just kind of how it goes. Even with some tough decisions. But
I feel like I've been playing well today. I know I played a 2.3 in the first match. I haven't heard the results from the second one, and basically I just want to avoid those super difficult decisions, like the one I assume you remember the position where I blundered. It was like a 5 away, 2 away.
Yes. 5 away, 3 away it was. I remember.
No, I was 2 away, wasn't it?
No, you're right. You're
Or
right.
was it?
5 way, 2 way. That's when you
So
passed that.
I passed it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when
Everyone in the chat wants to know about that one for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you a little bit how I
How
saw this
did you
position.
think about it? Yeah.
So at this score, if I can actually take quite deep, as long as it's not gammonish.
Yeah.
So the problem in this position, what confused me was that I had quite high winning chances, which is what I want, but it was also kind of gammonish. It was a blitz position.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the bar, which is crucial, and I know that. I had that 17-point anger. So I will win a lot of games from this position. I know I shouldn't pass easily to let him get to the 4-away score, because that's where he's dangerous for the gammons, the double gammons. But it's just weighing those. Is it too gammonish, or do I have a sufficient winning chance here? It's just so difficult. And that's where the blunder potential arises, and unfortunately I blundered in this one.
Yeah. I pointed that out in the stream, that I thought the 17-point anchor would be like a really confounding factor in that one. You don't play a ton of games with that anchor, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that I thought you would catch is that he only had 9 checkers in the zone for his blitz, and had 3 back as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's
that's why I win a ton of games.
Yeah, exactly.
The question is how gammonish is it? And I think the clue is that I wasn't on the bar. So even if I get hit, I have that one shot to anchor up or to get a game going. So I feel like I should have been able to find
Yeah.
I think I will
Difficult,
find the
for sure.
take
Yeah.
most of the time, but this was
Yeah.
just one of those times where I blundered.
Yeah. Someone else in the chat asks if you think you're going to be in the top 12 players tomorrow.
I definitely think I will,
Yeah.
because I've won 3 out of 3 so far.
Yeah.
I know I have 1 PR win locked down, now
Yeah.
a loss, so I'm at least at 4 points within the first 3 rounds, so I think it's looking good.
Yeah.
And I could, I don't know about my second round match I played against Ueda from Japan, very strong player.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was a rather simple game. Both players, I think, played well
Yeah,
in that
I
game,
gotcha.
so it's probably a toss-up whether
Sure.
I got the PR point. So I think it's looking good so
Yeah.
far.
Outside of results, what else? Looking at the field, who do you expect to be in that 12? Like almost certainly,
This is such a strong field.
isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's unquestionable the strongest field ever.
Yeah.
Well, I have like a handful of favorites. I haven't really been following the result sheet so far,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But before
Perfect.
the tournament started, I would probably say a couple of the Danes like Trabi, Christensen.
Yeah.
I know Tendon has been playing well lately,
Yeah.
but perhaps lacking experience. So
Mhm.
let's see if he can hit that peak level.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michi
Yeah.
played. This is probably going to be the best match in the tournament.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Could be.
How do you? I mean, there's not a whole lot of room to play much better. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the final score? 0.3 or something?
Yeah. 0.33.
That's
So if
probably
someone
going
plays
to
a
be.
0.30, they'll get them.
Yeah.
That's all they have to do.
Yeah, so Michi, I don't know. Many strong players. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
actually anyone could win because there's also a little bit of luck here.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I've been lucky now winning 3 matches. So
Yeah. There's a ton of, but like you said too, there is a lot of luck in the PR angle too. It's but like match by match for sure. Hopefully it'll equal out a little bit in taking the 2 wild card spots with the lowest PR get to tomorrow. But it's not clear,
Yeah.
like the best PR player in the long run still might not make that slot somehow, right?
they might
Just
get
depending on
unlucky.
how difficult the matches are.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
already had some matches where they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
into some back games positions and
Yeah.
both players, like the first match you had here on the stream,
Yeah.
it was like a 5 and a 6, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it's I'm calling it the commentator's curse now that we've had like a really tough cube decision that's killed people's PR in every match we've watched so far,
Well, that's, I mean,
really big ones. Yeah.
it's not easy to play
Yeah.
backgammon.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating how like the people at this level know so much of the game perfectly, right? And so they can play a 0.3, and then they still run into like one decision where they just don't have any idea, right? And it can be like a huge swing. Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the variance
Yeah.
in the PR format,
Right.
for sure.
So the other
What else do
question
we
I'm
have?
seeing a ton of stuff about up here is like the battle of the authors, I guess, right? Michi's written some books.
Yes.
You've written a few yourself, and they want to know what the best book out there is, and if you took any tips from Michi to beat him today.
Well, we did have a couple of funny plays actually. We had the double tiger
Yeah.
from Michi, and I pointed out. I said, "Oh, that's a famous play," and he
Yeah.
smiled a little bit. I got a smile out of him.
Yeah.
We had in the first game that was a pretty standard double 5 blitz.
Yep.
I knew he was going to take obviously, but that could have been a position from my new book, Cube Like a Boss.
Right.
Basically, this is like a double 5, but with the 9th checker in the zone. So
Yep.
that's a pretty right in the middle of the doubling window. And
Yeah.
of course, I knew that he knew that he wouldn't make a mistake in that position.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Yeah, but all in all, I love Michi's books, especially his colorful language, the way he describes different structures and formations and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of the expressions now coming from Michi.
Yeah.
Amazing player, obviously.
Yeah.
Honored to play him. Lucky that I won, but I wanted to beat him on the PR as well. But
Yeah.
it's
That's
okay.
the one that matters, everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Well, cool. Congratulations on your win, Mark.
Thank you, Nick.
And yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for doing this interview with us, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, I think we can probably get a little more. That was a quick match, so maybe we'll let everyone watch the playing room on the eye in the sky camera now. It's kind of cool that we can do. So
Yeah.
people were trying to ask if we can see more of the matches going on in the room. Yeah, I think we can.
I have
give
a
you guys
question though.
little bit
How were the heart rates?
Michi's was. I think it was much higher. Yeah. I don't know
Who
why.
had the much higher?
Just like the whole time through. I think he was in like around 118 or something like that. And you-
118?
Yeah, and you were hanging
Wow.
around your 80.
80.
Cool-
Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
Cool customer.
I also
yeah.
feel good, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
I remember last year I had a match with a heart rate monitor, and I was above 100 like regularly, and I
Yeah.
wasn't really feeling well. I was like
yeah.
halfway sick, so
Yeah.
maybe Michi is not even in his A game,
Yeah, right. He could have played.
or he was just nervous playing me. Could be.
It's got to be all of them, I think. thing.
Yeah.
He's nervous being on the stream. That's never happened to him before, right? I'm sure.
I don't know.
No, of
Probably
course,
not.
Of course. I think he's got a billion recorded matches out there. But cool. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Awesome. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.